This lesson is on creating tables using phpMyAdmin. Well, right now you see pretty much a blank desktop. And so I want to take you through getting to phpMyAdmin again. I have my start bar hidden here. So I'm going to go up and find the WAMP server. Now, it'd be MAMP server if you're on a Macintosh. So I'm going to click on it. And up here, I have phpMyAdmin tool. Let's open it up. This tool is just phenomenal for doing a lot of things, both creating tables and even inserting data, some test data, and we'll do that in a moment. We have a list of our databases here, and one of the ones that came with phpMyAdmin was test, so I just worked with that. Now, in the past, in our lessons, we've seen author, book, book author, and the publisher table. These other two tables I've created earlier, the city table that was used to populate the drop-down, the select option list, and the valid users table that we used to validate a user and when we made the login form. We're going to need two more tables when we get to the next assignment. The next assignment is going to pretty much be taking assignment 4, which looked at files for all its information, and instead ripping all of that out and using a database. So we're going to need two more tables. We're going to need a realtor table to hold the realtors and a home table to hold the information about the homes. I'm just going to deal with the realtor table here and let you learn from this experience, and you can build the home table yourself. So there's a button over here, Create Table, to get started. So I'll click on that. Now at the top, I can list the table name, and they've given me two columns here, so I can enter two columns of information to get started. But you're not stuck there. Now you can go ahead and put the table name in here, which I'm just going to call Realtor. I don't remember if I emphasized it before, but table names should always be in the singular. We shouldn't name a table Realtors because we're identifying the type of entity that the table is storing, and each row in the table will be a realtor, so you name your table names that way as well. Just a little note. So one of the first things we do when we get into databases is we have to decide what we're going to use as a primary key. We're creating a table. You can make an artificial primary key, which is just a number. And in fact, you can make it so this number will be automatically incremented every time a new row is inserted into the table. And this essentially takes the place of what you might see in an Excel spreadsheet where the rows are numbered along the left-hand side. And so it ensures that each row is unique no matter what. Now you have to be careful when you use this, that if you have something else that you really don't want duplicated, that you don't let it be duplicated, because by moving away from a natural key like social security number and moving to an artificial key like realtor ID, that's just numeric, you open a little bit of a window for creating unintentional duplicates. That can be managed by creating unique indexes on columns that you don't want to see the value repeated. But right here, I'm going to put in realtor ID. Put an underscore there. I'm going to let it be a type integer. And when it's an int, you don't have to specify a length. Now let's look down here. We have an index. I'm going to make it the primary key. And here you have a choice to be auto-incremented. Select that. And every time we insert a row, we won't have to put anything in Realtor ID. The auto incrementer will bump it up one more number. So we want that as our first column. Now, for keeping track of the realtor, we're going to keep track of their name. So we'll just do last and first name for here. Last name, and I'm going to make that a varchar, and I'll give it 30, I guess. And now, I don't have to fill in any other attributes. Look here, it says null. If I check this, it says that nulls are allowed. Well, I don't want to have nulls allowed for the last name. I want the realtor to have a name. And I don't need to fill in anything else. I'll go ahead and pick MyISAM here. That's a storage engine. And then I hit the word save. So it created the table. Well, we're not done yet, though. I'm going to click on the realtor table. We can see already we have a structure, the realtor ID. It puts int 11 there, auto-incremented, and the last name. But I'm going to look at this and I'm going to add columns to the table. Now you can add them in various places in between things, but by default it goes to @end of table. And that's what I want right now. I could do it at beginning of table, or I could do it after a certain column name if I really wanted to. But I'm going to leave it with a default choice at end of table. So I want to add the first name, phone number, email, and an image file. We're actually going to put the file name of the name of where their picture is that we display on the page. So let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. So I'm going to add 4 columns at the end of the table. So now we're given a list of columns to put in. So let's go put them in. First name, varchar, the length will be 30, no default. Let's look over to the right. Nulls allowed? No, I don't want nulls on that one. Phone number. Phone number will be varchar as well, because we can put hyphens and that sort of thing in it. And I actually do want to allow nulls on that. So we'll go back, and we're going to put in email, which I will also allow varchar. Some emails can be pretty long, so I'm going to give it 100. And allow nulls. And I want a picture. I'm not going to allow nulls on the image ID. I'm going to call this image file. And again, varchar. And a file name doesn't have to be terribly long. I'll give it a little bit just to be on the safe side. I'll give it a 40. And I said I'll allow no nulls on that. Now, we hit save. And it changed the table for us, so put everything in there. So now we have the table basic structure. I'm going to show you how to get the structure of this table in a moment. We're going to go in and we're going to export it so we can see the entire table structure. But I'm going to end this presentation here and pick up in the next presentation where we use phpMyAdmin to insert data. So this ends our presentation on creating a table with phpMyAdmin.